This video is about the struggle that I went through my entire life since young age and sexual abuse. So many kids and always going toward sexual things. And then my mind always was something was there, always trying to tell me to be actionable toward certain things to keep me locked into shame and to guilt and to worry and keep my energies low. But by my 30s, I finally broke free from the sexual misconduct, and I just quit everything altogether. Tricked my mind because my mind was so strong enough to where I was able to stay busy, and I raised my testosterone levels, and my power became so powerful that I became more healthy. I started to heal from the inside out, and I had so much energy sometimes that sometimes it was hard. There was some frustration, but I learned not to edge myself toward orgasm or anything naturally. And it's tough because you're fighting a battle that's a losing battle, anyways. Like, because you're a natural being and we're meant to have it on a natural level. But mine was so messed up, so impure that in the mind I was tricked. My neurons would trick me into doing stuff that was not appropriate, and it all stems back to my first childhood and all the fears and all the abuse that I got, and even into the sexual abuse. It made me into a very gross man, um, and eventually through time, I did a lot of the other side of work, purifying myself, and learning of my spirituality, and meditating and thinking of compassion and lovely things, how to treat people right. And that balance came, and I eventually overcame my addictions and all that, which ran into substances by the time I was in my 20s. I enjoyed to have stimulants or depressants and alcohol and all that, and had some sexual misconduct even then, exposing myself and feeling like I had so much power that I could get anything I wanted that way. And it all ended up into a very unnatural course of life that ruined a lot of relationship toward how to confront and be a good person, and I realized, like, there's a lot of higher spiritual things that were at work that were always trying to block me and make me a bad being. But I learned through that, and I became so much a great person to do in my own perception. I know that I'm at peace, and my will is toward the greater good, more a higher kindling source of life. And no matter what you have put yourself through, the patterns that you create is what you're gonna have to get out of, or you're gonna create that mental blocks or that physical health blocks to where you're never gonna grow toward those things that you really truly desire in life, because you're always creating that block. Which, realizing down here in this third dimension, it's already a block. We all have to go to sleep, and therefore it slows down everything that we're working toward. But that gives us a chance to reboot and to reevaluate ourselves from fresh until we're ready to reach those eternal states of being, to where we have less sleep, we have greater health, we have less addictions or uh, attachments toward the earthly plane, and you realize that nothing, even food, is not what really feeds you. It's the spirit. It's spiritual food. It's good thoughts and more purified, higher wave of thoughts of joy and compassion and connection and restorative imagination, instead of these any lower imaginations, which are robbing the earth all the time as we speak and getting worse until it's time for them to leave. That's why you're brought here is to awaken your light and to purify even the ones around you sometimes. But really, it's all about you. And the more you get that right, the more the world around you, your reality, and the dimensions change, and then you become in your own reality, and you realize none of them were not even meant to make it that far with you. As you'll find your soul tribe the more you find yourself within here. So that's a little short video on uh, my breakdowns in life, my impurities, and how I used my mind and conquered my ways of my impure natural ways, which I made them more in order and more pure, and toward loving goals and realize like you can use everything you got for other things in your creative power, and lift it up for creative things instead of the out route, which is just to create another you, create another life form, which is just telling yourself that you're dying and you need to create a new life because you're going to go away anyway. But really, it's cultivating that into your higher successes, and that's what matters the most in your practicing of celibacy and non-judgmenting your life, knowing that you did go through processes in life and break down so much until you could learn how to overcome the world in your own way, in your natural world, become a pure natural state that gradually turns into a supernatural state. So that's all I got on that.